No one wants to be the news leader?
South Florida Times.
You're the news leader. Great, we're gonna follow
Absolutely.
you.
Might as well be.
Yeah, let me just turn this off. Yeah, we don't want to hold you up, so we're gonna get started, okay?
Thank you.
I'm used to drinking as I'm preaching.
You did?
Yeah, that's everybody, basically. Timothy, we waiting on you.
You waiting on me?
Yeah, I'm not gonna wait,
Okay.
I'm just gonna go,
All right.
just gonna roll without the water.
Okay. I'll call you back later.
Okay. The purpose of this press conference is to inform the media and the public as it relates to the next few days in Riviera Beach, as it relates to what is going to be taking place in our city on behalf of the families that lost their loved ones. This is very emotional for me to even talk about this, even at this point. I was notified on late Friday night, I guess, early Saturday morning, was contacted by one of the family members and immediately opened up City Hall, asked them to come to our office. I called former Lieutenant Beverly Morrison of the Sheriff Department, who has been involved in a lot of grieving situations, asked her to come and help me out with the family. So I definitely want to thank Beverly Morrison, the first person I called. She came to the mayor's office and then on to one of the family's homes. So it's been a tough week. With the grace of God, uh, we'll get through this. We've been very busy since day one, uh, not only as a bishop, but as a mayor. Someone asked me and said, you, we the mayor or the bishop? I said a little bit of both, a little bit of both. But as the bishop, talking to other pastors and ministers of the churches, being asking for prayer, joining families in prayer, that is always first and paramount. And as the mayor, getting involved, engaged with the city of Riviera Beach um, in speaking to our residents, speaking to others as to what we can do and how we can do it. I want to thank first and foremost newly elected councilman right here who is standing to my left, T.D. Davis, uh, perhaps the youngest one on the council. And I asked him to come and be with us and join us in these efforts. And he hasn't left my side. So first we're going to have T.D. to greet you on behalf of the City Council. T.D. Davis.
I'd like to first thank everyone for coming today, for supporting the city and the residents of Riviera Beach. Like the mayor said before, once you have a community that goes through a tragedy, it's very important that we show one another how much we truly care about one another. When you lose young people, no parent has been conditioned to bury their child. I've been an advocate for the youth of this community since I was a little boy, and I understood what it was like for someone to help me. These families cannot go through this alone. We need for everyone to do their small part. And as a council member, as a resident of Riviera Beach, I'm going to do my small part, is ask for others to do the same thing. Show your love, show your concern, contact the mayor's office, contact Hilltop, contact the families, contact whoever you can to provide certain resources, whether it's financial, whether it's in-kind service, or just some time to say, you know, we're here for you. Because this is going to be an ongoing, growing effort as we try more and get through this as a community. These families are going to need you. And all of Palm Beach County, we ask you if there's anything that you can do to help out with the city of Riviera Beach with helping these communities and these families, please do so. I want to thank the mayor for this opportunity. I want to thank Hilltop Church for doing their part. I want to thank Hearst Chapel. We also have Mr.
Timothy Kitchens.
Kitchen's Funeral Home. they're providing their services, they're doing their part. So whatever part that you can do, whether it's providing flowers, providing some chairs, providing facility, providing some financial, whatever you can do, let's help out as a community. But thank you all for coming out and reach out to others. Thank you.
Thank you, TD. Um, a lot of things are still unfolding almost every day. A new partner joins our effort to sustain these families, to give them strength and moral support. So it's kind of unfolding as we go along. Um, the last funeral, I believe, is going to be, was that a week from this coming Saturday? That's the 26th. So we still got the rest of this week, next week to get through. But let me just tell you, kind of update you as to where we are today and what we know. Some things we still don't know. We're still working through issues that they come up and as we meet various challenges. One is the Valerie Grimsley, who has been a point person. I was in Tallahassee, and Valerie has been on the phone almost 24 hours, coordinating a lot of things for us from the youth empowerment of the city of Riviera Beach. So I certainly want to thank Valerie. Yesterday, I was in Tallahassee on business for the city. Senator Chris Smith was so moved that he wrote a proclamation, and today the Senate and the House stood in one moment of silence in Tallahassee as a tribute to these families, thanks to Senator Chris Smith. Tomorrow at 12 o'clock noon, we will gather at City Hall at the flagpole. The mayor has proclaimed tomorrow to begin the day of prayer, support, and strength for all of these families. Starting tomorrow at 12 o'clock, the flag will be lowered to have mass. I'm sure that the family members will be there to witness that, some and friends and others of the community. The flag will be flown as ordered by the mayor of this city and have mass from tomorrow through Monday following the last funeral. On Sunday, where you're sitting now, this community will come together like never before. Pastors, churches, choirs from all over the area, praise dancers, poets, you name them, rap, gospel, rappers, and whoever else will be a part of this service. We're calling it the Community Memorial Tribute Benefit service for all of these 5 families. We're not just coming to praise the Lord and to pray, but we want to make sure that these families are blessed. So people who want to be a part of this benefit program, please call us. If there's anything you want to do, participate in any kind of way, there's still room. But we do know that we're expecting hundreds of people will gather at 6 p.m. We want to thank Hilltop Baptist Church, Pastor Griffin Davis, for opening the doors for this community mass memorial tribute benefit for these families. I want to thank a list of people that are also involved in meeting the needs of the families. Inlet Grove High School is on board. They are donating the use of their facility if need be, along with Hearst Chapel. We made contact with Christ Fellowship, possibly one of the places that funerals, especially a place where if there's going to be a joint funeral, we're thinking at this time that there will be a joint funeral for 3 of the victims, maybe 4, but we're still confirming that. We do know that there will be a private service for one of the victims, and that's going to take place as well on that same Saturday. It's going to take place in one of the Catholic churches. When we say private, we're just saying separate from the The others will probably be combined. But a lot of this is unfolding as we go along. At the candlelight vigil, one of the things that I said was, as the mayor of this city, I was going to reach out to funeral homes, I was going to reach out to cemeteries, we were going to reach out to businesses of this city to help these families. There's no need for them to even have to worry about anything. And one of the funeral homes that responded to this young man, who is the owner of Timothy E. Kitchens, the E is right, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is that for extra?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Timothy E. Kitchens Funeral Home here in the city of Riviera Beach, he called me and said, Mr. Mayor, I will donate all the services. That's the embalming, pardon me, it's the 20 gauge casket, the limousine, one for each family, the programs and everything that comes with that. We also reached out to Royal Palm Cemetery and asked them to donate and help as well. And they've agreed to donate 4 of the plots here on Greenwood. One of the family member, I believe, a body will be shipped to Jamaica. And so, as we said, we are working out details, so I don't want to get too specific about this family, this name, or that name, until we are definitely confirmed. But it looks like what I'm saying is pretty much on point. Let me also give you an idea of the groups and the choirs that have signed on already. Peppy Hendricks is coordinating the musical part of this great service. Of course, the Hilltop Baptist Church Choir, Pleasant Heights, Boynton Beach is coming from their community choir, Redemptive Life Fellowship, Peppy Hendricks and his group, the In Christ 2, Eddie Green, and the Forever Praise Dancers. The Natural Recording Artists will be here. Several groups will be here for Saturday. I'm just doing whatever I can to help, to lift the burden, to give moral support, to be there for these families. Now, victim services, there's a possibility that they may be able to help, but if they do, that would be great. And but if not, we have someone who's going to take care of 3 of the victims. I thank God for Tim. We're still working out the details, but it appears that we're going to have that service a week from this Saturday, right? Riviera Beach has always gone the extra mile when it comes to our children particularly. I passed the curfew in this city to protect our children on the streets. We haven't had one young person shot or killed on the streets of Riviera Beach during the curfew hours. Our city gives hundreds of dollars to scholarship, the youth empowerment program. So we have passion and a love for our children. So it is not unusual that we step up now to help these families in dealing with their children and young adults. So we want to say to the business community, there's one need that we do have that we haven't met yet. And we want to say to you, there's a need for the repast after the funeral of where the 3 families or 4, whatever it may be, come together. We're asking the restaurants and the caterers of this city to make sure that after that service, we can feed those families. I mean, whether it's food, whatever, we want to reach and say, we're here to help you. Thank you very much. I think that's basically all that we can tell you at this time. If there are any questions, feel free to ask.
That Saturday date is not, there's nothing set in stone at this point, but you're
Pretty much so, because the family members still have to come, some from other parts of the country, still working out details. It's just a tough week, and it's a tough week. We're trying to just keep the families encouraged as much as we can. Yes,
So that would be the Saturday, the 27th,
yes,
Saturday, the 27th.
yes.
What day is the big community memorial event at 6 p.m.?
That's going to be this Sunday, like 3 or 4 days
This
from now,
Sunday.
this coming Sunday, um, at 6 p.m. right here at this
Here at
church.
Hilltop.
That's the primary reason why we're having the press conference here, at this church, to give you the feel of the sanctuary. Um, Two things ought to happen that night. One is when those family members come in, they see these choirs, they hear the singing and the prayers and the praising of God, and all the moral and spiritual strength that will go to uplift those families. We want to lift them and help prepare them for the days to come, particularly the funerals. And then hopefully and prayerfully, we will be able to raise monies to benefit um, these families on that night as well. I mean, but if a person doesn't have any money, I mean, come anyway. Be blessed. Be a part of saying I'm with you. And let me just say two other things I did forget. The radio station 102.3 is actually sponsoring this service. And they're bringing in a 6 foot, I haven't seen it yet, but a 6 foot card, C-A-R-D, condolence card, and everybody here will be able to sign that card as they come in, and that will be presented to the families. We just want to encourage them, we want to lift their spirits, and let them know we do care, and we will share.
I have a question about,
Yes,
I know that Reverend Herman McCray passed away yesterday, and I'm thinking his funeral is probably going to be around that same time, which would be a big conflict in the community because he's very popular, and then a lot of people want to go to his funeral. Would you coordinate with the families
absolutely.
to make sure it doesn't, they're not
We'll,
held
we'll
on
do
the
all
same day?
we'll do our best to coordinate that if it's on the same day, because we definitely want to be there for the McCrae's family, who has been there for this entire community, who've given so much and yet received so little. The Palm Beach Post asked me today um, to give a comment, and I can give it to you right now, to everybody. My comment about Herman McCrae is that he was the moral conscience to to a great extent of Riviera Beach. He challenged the council to always do the right thing. And he would remind us, this council, this does not belong to the five people, people sitting up there. It belongs to the people. And if you forget the people, then you don't need to be there. And I will never forget, Herman McCrae came to the last meeting in a wheelchair. And he just let them have it in a wheelchair, and challenged us and said, um, don't move the police department, don't move the fire department to the leaky warehouse building. Um, this is a multi-complex here, and serves the people. It's central to the city. He was an advocate not to move that. And in his last days, came to in a wheelchair and said that to us.
So, let
As
me
a
ask
side point. Thank you very much.
so going back to the crash victims, so either 3 or 4 of them you will provide their services, is that correct?
Up to 3, yes.
3 of the 5.
Yes.
And the other 2, have they asked to just do it separate, or how did you come up with the number 3
Well,
of the
I
5?
can answer that.
Okay.
One is being provided on their own, the private sources. Well, actually two. One is at another funeral home, and another one is at another funeral home, and they were able to take care of these services. Um, so, we're here for families. If they can take care of it, we're still there for them to give them moral support and the strength. And those that we're helping more in other ways, we're there for them too. The main thing is this service is going to bring all the families together. So, and that's another good purpose for this community service. All 5 families will be here together as we give tribute to them and benefit as well. Yes.
Which three are going to be having their services to you?
Uh,
That you'll be um, providing them for? Which three are those again?
I'm sorry.
Which three victims are going to be you providing the services for?
Makita Campbell, uh, Mr. Jason Malone, and Mr. Cummings. Those are the three.
One, two. Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
And those were the three you said that needed the support?
well, I don't like to use the word need. Those are the three that we have been helping in that way.
Right.
As far as we've been helping all of the families, one way or the other. Um, so I rather paraphrase it that way.
Is the city itself providing any financial services to any of the families?
No, we are not authorized to use taxpayers' money for funerals. Uh, as you know, I mean, maybe this is something we can look at in the future when there's a tragedy. Can the city or should the city? But we operate on a budget, and if it's not in the budget, then it becomes a problem. We cannot spend money unless it's in the budget. That is why, as the mayor and the bishop, we stepped up and reached out to the community, uh, because you'll be writing another story if we spend taxpayers' dollars, and we don't want you to write that story. Okay.
So the bottom line is you have most likely 4 victims will have their service at the same time. You're just still trying to find the
Well, we know three, but I'm not for sure if it's going to be the fourth. That's still, so three that we know. You're right, it'll be three at the same time. That as of today. Again, I'm saying things can change, things can unfold, but as of today, that's why we wanted to give you an update. And as of today, but as we get closer, we will definitely give you another update. Won't be a need for a press conference. We'll give you a statement. We'll keep you well informed, Chuck, because I know if I don't do that, you'll run me down, won't you?
And there
You'll
will be
track me down.
so there's going to be the first funeral is going to be this week?
Well, I'm thinking that we're here. I just got back in town today from Tallahassee, and I'm getting updated almost as much as you are. But and I don't want to confirm that until I know for a fact. But possibly that could happen. But I can't really confirm that at this time. But if we can confirm it this evening or tomorrow, we'll definitely let you know.
Do you have any new updates about the crash itself? And
No, I do not. I have focused strictly on the children and the young adults who have lost their lives. Those are, to me, that has been the focus, and that's all I have focused on.
can you talk a little bit just about providing those services and what it means?
Well, what it means to me, or I just would like to have the opportunity to provide services to the families that are in need, and um, we want to take the burden off the families that have suffered a great tragedy in this community, and that's why we're here, and our service is a ministry to what we do.
Do you personally know the families?
No, I don't. No, I don't personally know them.
Have you gotten to know them a little bit these last few days?
Yes, we have. Yes.
And has it been a very tough situation?
Yeah, it's been tough, on the families, and trying to give support, during their time of sorrow. It's been tough, but we've made it easy, during the arrangement conference. We've made it easy for them.
Thank you. And I didn't know the families either, not at all. I knew of the Grimsley family, but to know this particular family on a personal basis, I did not know. But it doesn't matter, you know, we're God's people. A death is death, a loss is a loss. Okay, anybody else? Thank you so much. Okay, this is the press conference, the end, so I'm not giving any more statements over there, over there, over there. So if you didn't get it here, you gotta wait until we get more facts. Thank you very much.